Well, Australians are being urged to get vaccinated against influenza and COVID-19. This is because there's been an uptick in flu cases as the winter season gets underway. Host of the Health Report, Norman Swan, explains.
Common cold viruses like rhinoviruses and other coronaviruses and influenza do go up in winter, although you can get a late summer spurt in influenza.
Right.
Now, the reason that you get colds in cold weather in winter is a combination of factors. Okay. One is the viruses seem to survive better in cold weather, so they hang around longer. That's the first thing. Second thing is we change our behaviour because it's cold.
Yeah.
We stay indoors. We're not outdoors quite enough. And when we're indoors, we shut the windows because the heaters are on to keep the heat in. And therefore, we've not got free circulation of air going on. Therefore, we're more likely to catch viruses at work or from our close relatives, people that we're living with. And then finally, there's the effect of cold on our bodies itself. Mm-hmm. And there's controversy. So your mum used to tell you to rug up, otherwise you'd catch the cold. Yeah. So there's controversy about whether when you feel cold, your immune system goes down, or really what's going on almost certainly is that your nasal airways, the nose is your first defense against common cold viruses or viruses, respiratory viruses. And when it's cold, there's usually low humidity and your nose dries out. And therefore your nose becomes a less effective defense against these viruses, and they're more likely to get in. Right. So in other words, it's the virus itself, it's our behaviour, and it's also the low humidity cold effect on our noses and airways that gives you this sort of, the perfect storm, if you like.
It's the trifecta of it all, isn't it? Yeah.
So then it comes to your mum saying, well, you should rug up.
Yeah.
And rugging up may actually have rather its effect on your immune system itself. It may be that when you rug up, or there's no question, when you rug up, you don't get this, your hands don't go cold to the same extent, and your feet, and maybe your nose and face don't go cold to the same extent, and you get more blood flowing through your nose, protecting yourself better. So it could be that your mum was right.
Okay, all right. Always listen to your mum. That's basically the lesson here, isn't it?
Never contradict.
Something I have noticed, though, is I do find myself going to the chemist and getting cold and flu tablets a lot more during the winter time.
Save your money.
Really?
They don't work. They're a waste of time.
Okay, so dispel this myth for us here.
Well, the myth is that they're much more likely to cause you harm than good. There's no evidence that they make any difference at all to colds and flus. It's a huge industry. Just look in your chemist shop about how much shelf space is taken up with them, and not a shred of evidence that they benefit.
That is intriguing. What then is the best solution?
Well, if you've got a fever and you're shivering, then paracetamol or ibuprofen to actually to correct your fever and make you feel a bit better. Plenty of fluids, because you want to keep, remember I talked about you dry out, so you want plenty of fluids on board to keep things going. Yeah. And sit it out.
And just rest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Soup and water and rest.
But the soup's got to be chicken soup.
Okay, of course.
No debate.
It's good for the soul, isn't it?
No debate.